Hello students, welcome to my class again. So far we discussed first classes regarding the chapter of electricity. I hope you remember we still cover up the first day classes up to the electric current. So today again welcome to my next session classes, that is called circuit diagram. First of all, before going for the circuit diagram, we first go through the different components and representing the components with the symbols. Let us example. We are using the battery, right? So here the positive terminals, another is negative terminals. This is the symbol of electric cell. Here represents the bigger line as a positive charge and the smaller line as a negative charge. This is the symbol of switch off. When in a particular circuit switch off, this symbol representing the switch off. And when a circuit two are the parallel conditions, this is called switch on. And this is representing the electric bulb. Look at the picture here. It just written the alphabetical word of W as the upward down directions, and it is enclosed with a circle. So let us here imagine this is a circuit. As we know that what is circuit? Circuit is a components of bulb, battery and the wires. So we know that electric current flow positive terminals to the negative terminals, and the electron flows the negative terminals to the positive terminals. So electric current and the electrons are inverse relationship. In this particular circuit, when the electric current, that is nothing but a flow of electrons, a flow positive terminals to the negative terminals, and another wire connected here, the negative to the positive terminals. After that, the electric bulbs are what? Electric bulbs are bulbs. A circuit diagram means when electric current flow through the particular circuit. Circuit diagram nothing but of when in a particular electric current flow through the circuit and the total entire the bulbs glow up. This entire process name is circuit diagram. It is a phenomena where all the components connected in a particular circuits and through which the current can flow a particular circuits. It can divide into two parts. One is open circuit, and another is closed circuit. Now what is open circuit? It's very easy. When there is no current in a particular circuit. That means there is no flow of electrons, then no charges in a particular circuit, that is switch off. This is called open circuit. And what about the closed circuit? Closed circuit nothing but of where there is a switch on and current can flow in a particular circuit diagrams. This is nothing but of closed circuit. So now what is electric current is you learn that electric current nothing but of electric current denoted with I is electric charge upon time taken. What is the unit of electric currents? Unit of electric current is, and what is electric charge? Electric charge is nothing but of flow of electrons in a circuit. So up to this much, what we learned still today, first of all, what is electricity? Electricity is nothing but of source of energy. After that we come the electric charges. What is electric charge? Electric charge is nothing but a flow of electron in a particular circuit. Electric charge can divide into two parts. One is positive charge and another is negative charges. Positive charge is called proton and negative charge is called electrons. And after that we come to the points of electric currents. What is electric current? Electric current is nothing but of flow of electrons in a particular circuit. Electric current denoted with the alphabetical words I is electric charge upon by time taken. what is the unit of electric current is ampere. Ampere is the SI unit of electric current. As the owner of his name, a French physicist, Henri Marie Ampere. So his name, first capital word is A. He is the unit of electric current. And the electric current measurement they used to name is ammeter. And it is connected in a series connection and a low resistance. So now, here is the questions for you. What is the question exactly? Let us imagine there is a circuit. This particular circuit, electric current flows between the two ends of the filament. When the filament are fused, is it any kind of electric current can flow in circuits? Or you can say that, is it electric bulb and bulge up? No. Why? Because there is no flow of electrons in a circuit. So we learned that circuit diagrams can be divided into two parts. One is open circuit and another is closed circuit. What is open circuit? When there is no current in a particular circuit, that is nothing but an open circuit. And when current can flow on a particular circuit, it is called closed circuit. Clear? Okay. Okay, students, look at the board, please. Our next topic is electric potential and the potential difference. First, to learn what is electric potential. As you know, from your childhood, whenever too much voltage in your room, your mother or father schooling use voltage. So what is a voltage? Nowadays it is called electric potential. But there is a difference between voltage, that is nothing but of electric potential difference. So now what is electric potential? Electric potential, nothing but of, it is the amount of work done. Whose work done? That is the work done of electrons. Nothing but of electric currents, nothing but of flow of electric charge. Work done is in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to a given point in a particular electric field. Before we're going to go start with the electric potential, first you have to learn what is electric field. Electric field, as you learn in class 9, it's denoted with the letter of E. It's like a three-dimensional space around the charge in which the force of attraction or repulsion. What is the meaning of attraction and repulsion? As we learned that the positive charge or as negative charge always repel each other and the opposite charges are always attract each other. So can be felt. And what is the SI unit of electric field? That is Newton per Coulomb, as it is a particular directions as well as magnitudes. That's why it's called a character quantity. So now what is electric potential difference? The definitions you have to remember like this way. It is the amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from up to this much same to same line. Difference is that when come to the electric potential, that means there is no difference between supplying voltage in a particular circuit. That means infinity to a given point. When you write the what is potential difference, you just changes the sentence one point to another point in the electric field. And the potential difference is equal to work done upon electric charges. And what is the unit of potential difference is volt. The electric potential difference is invented by a famous Italian physicist, Alexander Volta. So on the owner's name, the unit of electric potential difference is volt. So it's come to the point, what is 1 volt? 1 volt means, what is the unit of work done? That is 1 joule. What is the unit of charge? That is coulomb. So we can write like this, 1 joule per coulomb is nothing but of 1 volt. So 1 joule per coulomb, nothing but of 1 volt. Now, we have to show it numerical maths. The instrument measurement the electric potential, the potential difference name is voltmeter. This look like this. It's a voltmeter. Yes, casually you are using this word like voltmeter, like long years back people call it like stabilizer. So this instrument name is voltmeter, and it's always a high resistance. That's why it's connected in a circuit of parallel connection. What is series connections? What is parallel connections? We'll learn our next classes. It's called parallel connection. So now, what is potential difference? Formula is work done is denoted with W upon electric charge, that is denoted with Q. Its unit is volt. So it is 1 volt is equal to 1 joule per coulomb. So 1 joule per coulomb, you can say that is nothing but of 1. Is it clear, everyone? Now we have to write one numerical maths of NCERT books. Note down this. How much work done in moving gears of 2 coulomb across 2 points having potential difference If you go through NCERT books, question will be available in NCERT books. So the question is, how much work done? How much work done? That is given here. W is given here. In moving of charge of 2 coulomb across the points, that means charge how much given here? 2 coulomb. So we know that. We have to solve the forms. We know that potential difference work done means potential difference, we know that work done by unit is. So you have to find out the W. According to the questions, whatever you find out, you have to find out how much work done in charges. That means potential difference, how much given here? 12 volt. Work done, W we have to find out, and the charge given here. So W is equal to cross multiplications, both two sides, 12 with a multiple of 2. What is the unit of work? That is unit of 6. So W equal to 24. So now what? 24 joule work done in moving charge of 2 coulomb across 2 points having potential difference of 12. Is it clear, everyone? Maths? It's very simple. Is it clear? Okay, now what we learn exactly? We learn now famous Ohm's law. Still now we learn electric current, electric potential difference, and now we learn Ohm's law. It's a very good, approx in the year of 1826, a German physician, George Simon Ohm, studied to make good relationship between electric potential difference and the electric current. If you're talking about the common language, when voltage increase, current increase. When voltage decrease, there is a less supply of electric current. What is the phenomena behind that? The Ohm's law describes that whenever a particular circuit, electric potential difference means voltage is high, automatically flow of electrons, nothing but of flow of electric charge, nothing but a flow of current is increased. He make a study the relationship between with the mathematical tools. Applying here, V is directly proportional to the I. What is the meaning behind that? Electric potential difference, that is voltage increase, automatically electric current also increase. Let us imagine this is a circuit. This is a battery. We know that electron can flow negative terminals to the positive terminals, and electric current always flow positive terminals to the negative terminals. And what is the function of resistance? Resistance is a opposite force applied on electrons through which more amount of electric current cannot flow particular circuit. Whenever you remove this proportional sign, they apply here one constant proportional sign, name is resistance, is denoted with R. So we have to come with R, means resistance is equal to V upon I. What is V? V is nothing but of electric potential difference. What is I? I is nothing but of electric current. And what is this? It is the SI unit, standard unit of resistance. It is basically a Greek word. Name is omega. As the honor of his name, the unit of electric resistance unit is ohm, OH, and it's denoted with a Greek letter words omega. So whenever you find out this symbol, it is nothing but of unit symbol of resistance. That's why you have denoted a particular graph. This is graph, means if voltage increase, automatically current increase. As you know that whenever it is a simultaneously same relationship, the graph should be straight line. And whenever there is an inverse relationship, graph would be curved line. So here, as voltage and current are same similar direction, George Siemens Ohm make a graph is a straight graphs. So this is the basic introduction of Ohm's law. So what is Ohm's law? It's very simple. Ohm's law is nothing but of, it's a relationship between electric potential difference and the electric current. And it's denoted with V is proportional to I. Is V is equal to, we have to apply a constant value is R with electric current. So R equal to, we have to find out the numerical value V upon I. V means electric potential difference and I means electric current. Don't be confused regarding the electric potential and the potential difference. Both are same words. When there is no difference in voltage, it's called electric potentials. When there is a difference in voltage, that is called electric potential differences. On the basis of this particular topics, I will show you one numerical maths, how we are applying this resistance V by R in numerical maths. Let us example. So students, look at the board please. The numerical question says, the potential difference terminals of an electric heaters is 60 volt. When it draws, so that means potential difference given here, how much? 60 volt. When it draws a current of 4 ampere. So current I equal to how much given here? 4 ampere from the source. So the question is, what current will the heater draw if the potential difference increase? Means potential difference increase. So first of all, you have to find out first what is the resistance is here. As per the Ohm's law, we know that resistance is equal to V upon I. Here voltage given how much? 60 volt. Current how much given? 4 volt, 4 ampere. So finally resistance, how much you get? 15 ohm. Next is here, if potential difference increase, that means voltage increase, instead of 60 volt, right now how much is here? 120 volt. So automatically we are applying again in Ohm's law. V is here how much? 120, and resistance already find out how much is 15 ohm. So here you have to find out electric current I is equal to V upon R. That means 120 upon 15. If you got 120 by 15, the answer will come 8 ampere. So that means how much in particular heater, how much electric current can flow? That is 8 ampere. So this kind of example of numerical maths which are available in your NCERT book. So today up to this much. So today what we learn first, that is circuit diagram. Next we learn potential difference, electric field, and finally is you can go through it your NCERT books available in your school or CR. That is page number up to 199 to page number 206. You can go through it. The remaining part we will discuss our next continuing classes. So thank you so much everyone, and we'll continue our classes. And today after this much, I hope you all will stay home.